Make sure that your website is mobile responsive. I know that sounds super basic, but a lot of you out there still probably don't have a mobile responsive website.
You're listening to Thrive by Design, business, marketing, and lifestyle strategies for your jewelry brand to flourish and thrive. Let's get started.
Welcome to the Thrive by Design podcast, episode number 111. This is Tracy Matthews here, your Chief Visionary Officer over at Flourish and Thrive Academy. And I'm super excited today, guys, because I got a really great series in store for you. But I'm excited for another reason. So I'm a really weird person, and I want to share a little insight on some of the things that have happened. So I love number sequences. In fact, I see number sequences all day. And the sequence of ones in a row is a really powerful number. So today, let's just say it's going to be an amazing episode for you to manifest something great. Maybe manifest and master your marketing, since we're going to be diving into our digital marketing momentum series. This is part 1 in the series. And today we're going to be talking about your sold out e-store website checklist. And I want to bring this to you because I know that, we've been working with designers for a long time in the Diamond Insiders, and, our membership has been around for about 2 years now, and it's been awesome. We have over 650 members in there right now, and we have just a really great community and a team of mentors and coaches who are, really connecting together to help each other out, and we're having such great success stories. But one of the things that I know a lot of designers that we've heard over the ages and the centuries, I don't know why I said centuries, guys, but over the centuries probably, that's not really true because the internet has not been around for centuries, but over time, over these past several years that we've been here with Flourish and Thrive, is that more and more designers are trying to build up their online sales and to sell more of their jewelry, or the majority of their jewelry, through their online store. And so I hear time and time again from designers that they're just getting trickles of traffic to the store or to their website, but it's not converting into sales, and they are scratching their head trying to figure out why, and they can't figure it out. Same thing goes with your Etsy shop. You're scratching your head trying to figure out why you're not getting, consistent sales on your Etsy shop. Well, it takes a little bit of strategy, guys, and I'm going to walk you through. We're not going to talk as much about Etsy today. We have some great episodes about Etsy, but there are a lot of great things that you can do for your Etsy shop as a little sidebar, including split testing images, obviously keywording your images and making sure that you're ranking and relisting things, and making sure that you're set up for the proper algorithm so that you can use that as an alternative source of traffic, an alternative sales source to continue getting orders on an ongoing basis. So I'm about to dive into the episode. I'm really excited about this today because it's all culminating with something that we've put together for free for you guys. It's pretty awesome. It's called our Digital Marketing Momentum Scorecard. And this is totally free for you to download, and I'd highly encourage you to do it. What I'd like you to do is download the scorecard over at flourishthriveacademy.com/marketing scorecard. And you can also head on over to just the show notes over here at flourishthriveacademy.com/episode 111. We'll also have it linked there. And what this scorecard is going to teach you and tell you is it's going to completely hook you up and help you out with figuring out what the disconnect is between what's going on with your site and what you've actually done, and maybe what you need to put into place with your digital marketing strategy to get those trickles of traffic converting into sold out sales, because that is what, we're all striving for, right? Is to get a consistent stream of leads and traffic to our site and get those people moving in the next step of what we want them to do. So for instance, in my business, I don't have an e-commerce store, but I'm trying to drive people to fill out my custom inquiry form. In fact, I got 3 inquiries this week. One of them was through a referral from a previous client who found me online. And that's a great way to continue growing your sales, is through, customer referrals. Another one found me through just finding me online as New York City custom jewelry designer, which is pretty awesome. And actually think that they also found me on Pinterest, which is awesome. They found a pin on Pinterest and reached out to me because of that. Or I think that was another customer. Anyway, lots of customers reaching out this week for different reasons, but it was because of the things that I've done in my digital marketing strategy to really up level and get consistent traffic to my site, whether it be through referral, whether it be through people just finding me organically through SEO or finding me on other platforms like Pinterest and Instagram. So lots of great goodies in here, you guys. I really encourage you, if you are someone who's serious about trying to grow your online shop, trying to get more sales as you sleep on autopilot, download the scorecard. It's going to show you a lot about what's going on. So we're going to dive right into this episode, but before I do, I would love to take a word from our sponsor. Today's sponsor is Whatify.com. I love Whatify for a couple of reasons. Whatify is amazing. You can go check them out over at flourishthriveacademy.com/Whatify. That's flourishthriveacademy.com/Whatify. For those of you guys who are selling on Etsy, I just have to tell you that I've heard time and time again that you can't figure out why people aren't buying from your shop. Then I'll go and take a look at the Etsy shop and I'm like, whoa, these images are all over the place and it's hard to really tell what you're selling because it's, you're trying to be crafty and artsy and style the images with lots of different stuff. But what ends up happening is they become distracting and, you only have a couple of seconds to capture someone's attention before they wander off and go somewhere else, especially on a platform like Etsy because there's so much to look at. So what I'd really encourage you to do is to think about split testing images and think about how you can see what people are responding to more. And that's exactly what Whatify does. Whatify is an automated photo testing service just for Etsy sellers. It's proven to increase traffic to your Etsy shop by 10%. And the awesome thing about it is that it's automatic and easy. The entire process of getting set up, getting results, and implementing them takes just a few minutes of your time. You can A/B split test images using randomized experiments, the same thing that companies like Google and Amazon do, and Netflix, all these big companies do this, to test what people really want. And it's backed by solid research, and it's really awesome, you guys. I'm really excited about this platform to see what they're doing because they're going to be rolling out some really amazing things in the coming weeks. And even rolling out some things for regular websites like Shopify coming up. Awesome. And this is all concepted by really smart MBA and professor Jason Avalok. So I'd highly recommend that you go check this out if you're selling on Etsy, especially if you're not getting great results. Check it out, flourishthriveacademy.com/Whatify. Head on over there and they're giving our Flourish and Thrive readers a special free trial. So go check it out. All right, let's dive right into today's episode. So today I wanted to walk you through some of the things that will help you get more sell-through on your online store. So this is basically, I'm calling this episode your sold out eStore website checklist because there's lots of things that you need to think about in order to keep your site rolling in the right direction and making sure that you have all the components of a successfully converting store on your website. But it starts with just the website basics. So I want to ask you some questions and I'm going to walk you through some of the things that are on the scorecard. We might not get through everything, but a lot of things because these are really important things to think about. So a lot of you are trying to sell online and create a brand presence. Well, I got to tell you, one thing about making an impact online is you really need a branded website. And I know a lot of you are trying to sell through a third-party platform. And that's great because we love platforms like Etsy as an alternative source. But I want you to ask this question, do you have a branded website already? And if not, why not? There's so many tools out there like Shopify, which is one of my favorite online selling platforms and website building platforms, especially for those of you trying to do e-commerce because it's really set up to get you success and results. It's a really robust platform. This is not like a promotion for Shopify right now, but I can't say enough good things because our episode tomorrow, I have one of our favorites over here at Flourish and Thrive Academy, Melissa Camilleri Anisic, and she's going to talk about how she's completely gone through a rebrand and she has gone through this journey of like rebranding herself and really growing her online sales. So she's getting consistent sales online. And she was one of the first to share with me this platform, Shopify, and she just loves it. And she's going to talk about some of the functionality and the reasons why she likes it tomorrow. And we're going to really talk about branding. That's really what the episode is, but it's awesome. So make sure that you have your own branded website. Even if it's on another platform, have your own branded website. And then make sure that you are using something that has e-commerce capability if you want to have an online store. So another thing that I see designers making is that they have this old outdated website. In fact, a couple years ago, I had the same problem. People more and more are shopping online. So I wanted you to ask yourself this question. Is your website mobile responsive? And if it's not, why not? Why are you up having a janky website where you can't be mobile responsive? In fact, I was buying something the other day. It was like this bamboo powder that's supposed to detoxify your body or something. Found it at a festival. I ran out of it. And I really like the performance one because it gives you a lot of energy while you're working out and helps you increase your lung capacity, which is something that I am always trying to increase. It's not something that is really strong on my body. As a sidebar, I don't know why I'm telling you that, but I went to go on my phone, looked up the company, and they weren't on Amazon, so whatever. I found their website, but I could not read anything on my phone, and then they just lost a sale because I don't have time to go searching around, and by the time I sit by my computer, I'm not really thinking about it. So make sure that your website is mobile responsive. I know that sounds super basic, but a lot of you out there still probably don't have a mobile responsive website. One of the most powerful ways to really get more traffic to your website is to email your customers. And in order to be able to email your customers, you need to be collecting email addresses. Well, when you're first, building your website and you're first starting to build your brand, and even over time, what we're always trying to do is capture new leads or cold traffic and get those cold traffic people on our list somehow and get them buying. So with e-commerce strategy, it's a little bit different than digital marketing strategy in a certain way, because a lot of times what we would do is probably use paid advertising, which we're going to talk about later in the week during this 5-part series. I'm very excited about it. We have one episode a day, guys, and we're going to be talking about paid advertising later and our strategies to kind of convert cold traffic and turn that cold traffic into buyers. But also, you want a way for people who aren't ready to buy to remember you. So it's really important when people land on your website that they have a way to stay connected. And now it might not work for everyone, but if you could even convert like 1% of the traffic that landed on your site as you start scaling up numbers, that's a huge opportunity for you to grow your email list. And it's proven that people who are on your email list are more likely to buy than people just randomly finding your site, because email is one of the biggest traffic sources to a website. So keep that in mind. Make sure that you have an email that opt-in on your website on at least 5 pages or 5 different places on your site. And what I'm going to say about this, I've done a couple of episodes about this, but I want to remind you, because this is a really important thing to remember, is that you want to not only have it on your homepage, but you want to have it on basically all the main pages of your site. So think about having it at the end of your blog, maybe at the footer of your website. Maybe it's a pop-up that comes up when people land. Maybe it's somewhere on your contact page as well. And you want to make sure that it's crystal clear about how people can stay in touch. Another awesome thing about email opt-ins is you can test different offers. So for some people, they might be drawn to a discount. For other people, they might want to learn a little bit more about personalization in jewelry if you have a personalized brand. For people who are coming to me, they might want to have a better idea of how the custom jewelry process works and if it's right for them. So you can use all of these things as the front end or the top of a sales funnel, and we're going to talk about that later in the week as well. And it all starts with collecting email addresses, which is a really, really exciting thing. I also want to remind you, I mentioned this before, that it's very important to have a blog, and you can use your blog for a variety of reasons. And, remember guys, this is all a work in progress. So if you don't have a blog on your site yet, no big deal. But this is something that is a really powerful tool to not only help catch search traffic, but to help engage your clients, to tell more about the story of your brand. It's an opportunity for you to have an opt-in or something like that at the bottom of the blog post to collect leads. It's an opportunity for you to also sell more jewelry. So having a blog on your site is very important. So if you don't have a blog yet, or you aren't regularly blogging, think twice. This is really important. And then I also want to encourage you to be writing articles at least one time a month. This is really, really important. Another thing with your website, I want to know if you're using video on your website, because this is a really powerful tool to help you connect with your dream clients. So you can use video in a lot of different ways. Talked about this. I think I have a podcast coming up about video, or maybe a video podcast coming up about this as well. Video has been a really powerful tool for me to help increase conversions on my site with just one video. In fact, I'm going to be reshooting it hopefully this year or early next year. And what I plan to do is to just like up level the video, but my video just tells a story of my brand. It also helps me connect with people who might be shopping for things like heirloom redesign jewelry. It shows me working with my clients. And it's not just like a talking face video. It's basically an opportunity for me to narrate the story of my brand and for you to do the same. And also show what the experience is like working with you. It's a huge trust builder, guys. Like, this is the one tool on my website that I think has built more trust than anything else that I've ever done in my brand. So think about it that way. Shoot a maker video, shoot something that tells the story of your brand. Don't worry about having the nerves of being on camera. You can have someone just ask you questions. You don't have to look at the camera. You can look off camera. And then your videographer, your friend, whoever's shooting it, can shoot a lot of what we call B-roll. And you can include that B-roll in the video. So it's less about you, a talking head on the video, and more about the story of your brand. So the B-roll is just extra footage of maybe you working with clients, you working, showing the process of your brand, other types of visual imagery that really helps you connect. And your video only has to be 2 minutes. It's actually optimal length. And a 2-minute video goes like that. I was working with one of our masterminds from last year, Jocelyn Crane, on her video script. And she created this really amazing script, but it sounded a little bit scripted. And, that's one thing that we want to kind of get away with. We want it to sound natural. So I really encouraged her to just have her videographer just ask her questions, reshoot the questions like 5 times, questions about her process, but in a way so that she could connect with her dream clients powerfully, but also subtly, and show them what the next step is with their brand and what her brand is all about. So use video, guys. This is really, really important. In fact, Melissa's going to share why she decided to switch her Shopify platform tomorrow to a platform that actually can host video, which is really important. Another thing that I see designers making this huge mistake is that they don't have any sort of analytic or SEO tools connected to their site. So make sure that you have something like Google Analytics or another analytics tool and some sort of SEO tool that can help show you if you're optimizing your site properly for SEO. Something like Yoast, the Yoast plugin is a really great tool, but there's a lot of SEO tools that you can use to plug into whatever platform for your website that you're using. These are great tools for a lot of reasons. So the analytics tools are really awesome for helping you understand where traffic's actually coming from, so you're not wasting time on things that aren't working for your brand, or you can use it as a tool to improve how you're creating a digital marketing strategy to get traffic to your website. And it's also an interesting way to measure and track like the success of your posts. Now, there are more detailed analytic tools if you're using a lot of social that you can use to really track where traffic's coming from. We use something called Wicca Reports over here at Flourish and Thrive Academy. It is very expensive, so it's probably not for you to use as you start out, but it is a powerful tool down the road to track what's working in your social media. So super great. Make sure that you have some sort of analytics set up on your website. Super important tool. And then using SEO plugins is another really important thing to think about, because these SEO plugins help you decide and see what keywords you're competing for and if your keywords are actually picking up on your content. Because the purpose of creating content on our website and using SEO tools, etc., is to actually get more traffic to our site, right? And get people to find you. So, most of us probably aren't going to have a super crazy budget to help us rank on Google search. And as you'll find out in the 4th part of this series, when I have my conversation with Kathleen Cutler, she talks about how competitive it is to really be competing in the PPC and Google advertising space. But there are things that we can do to improve our search in a paid and unpaid way to get more traffic to our site. So I'm excited to talk about that. So make sure that you listen to this entire series all week, guys, because it's super great. The next thing that I see designers really making a huge mistake, people say, oh, I'm getting all this traffic to my site, but no one's buying, and they don't know the next step. So I had a really, really fun opportunity to work with one of our mastermind designers this year, Kristen Baird of KristenBairdJewelry.com. And she's a really amazing designer. She is very talented. She has a really unique vision and a really beautiful line of jewelry. Her website was just something that didn't really represent the brand. It was super cluttered. She gets a ton of PR, and she had this like PR slider on her site that was really distracting, that wasn't really like, in my opinion, showing people what her brand was all about and getting to the next step. And so I gave her a little bit of feedback, and the girl ran with it and basically transformed the user experience on her site within just a couple of weeks. It was really amazing. In fact, I had her on stage at our live event because the transformation was really powerful. So I want to ask you, like, is it really crystal clear? One of the questions that Kristen and I were talking about when I was doing these website reviews for her were like, do people know what to do next? Or do they get on your site and feel overwhelmed? What you want them to be able to do is to show up, know exactly what you stand for, and know what to do next. If they're confused, they are going to leave. So a clean, well-designed site is very, very important to get people to the next step. Sliders with calls to action, videos with calls to action, boxes on the front of your website, for lack of a better word, that tell people what to do next. Calls to action on every single page of your site, telling them what to do next. You want to have a number one goal. What is that number one goal on your site? Is it to get people to shop in your store? Is it to get them to fill out your jewelry commission form? Is it to do something else? What is your number one action that you want them to do? And you want to make sure that every single page on your site takes them through that brand journey of where you want them to go next. So make sure that you have a very cleanly designed site that gets people to that next step. If you do custom work like I do, or even if you don't, do you have an automated response that tells people what to do next and takes them through the next step of your design journey? This is really important, because if this is not something that you have set up, you want to make it so that people are able to contact you and stay in touch. It's almost like Kathleen describes it as this, like if you're walking into a store, there's a sales process that they go through. There's like steps that they talk you through. They might talk you through, just talking about the product to begin with. Then it might be talking a little bit more about the designer and the brand. And then it might be sharing success stories or testimonials from other people who really enjoyed either working with you or your brand. So make sure that you have some sort of automated response set up on your site so that when people come to you for an inquiry, that they know what to do next and that it makes sense. Another thing that I see as a huge missed opportunity that is really great at converting people to sales, and I've learned this from some very successful e-commerce brands, is do you have a phone number on your website or a contact form page, and a contact form where people have to actually enter their information into that form instead of just an email address? So there's a couple things here. I was told a long time ago by website experts that just having an email address on your site is not a good deal because it sets you up for getting more spam and, random people emailing you. Having a contact form is a great way to not only collect email addresses, but also communicate with your customers and prevent robots from signing up for your email list. So you can even have like a CAPTCHA form on your contact form that helps prevent this sort of like spammy thing happening. But also having a phone number on your site, an 800 number or some sort of phone number, helps build trust. And it's a great way. Most people won't even use the phone number, but it's a great way to build trust for your brand and get people to trust and buy from you online when they don't know you, especially. So really important here. Make sure that your contact form has an autoresponder connected to it and that it's hooked up. So there's a lot of other things that you want to have down on your website. I'm going to walk through just a few more, but if you haven't yet, make sure that you download our digital marketing mastery scorecard. It's a little bit of a tongue twister, hard to say. And make sure that you take this full assessment because it's going to really show you where the gaps are and what it is maybe that's holding you back from getting more traffic to your site. And maybe it'll help you convert those trickles of traffic to sold out sales on your store. So the other thing that is really important is that you want to make sure that you have a privacy policy on your website and a terms of service policy. So your privacy policy covers like what you do with people's information once you collect it. This is really important for those of you who are trying to have like e-commerce store and stuff like that. And it also helps build trust. I would really highly encourage you to make sure that you have a privacy policy on your site. You can download templates for this stuff, or you can have an attorney do your own, which, when you can afford it, I would have a custom one designed by an attorney. Until that point, you can download a template. And then make sure that you have a terms of service. Like, what's your return policy? What are the terms of service for buying on your site? What's your refund policy? All these things are really important. What can people expect when they work with you? These are very important things to have on your site and to have at the footer of your website so people actually know, and also builds trust and helps convert your online sales even better. So let's get you to that place where you're converting those trickles of traffic to sold out sales in your e-shop. So I'm really excited because we have this digital marketing scorecard that I really want you to download. Head on over to flourishthriveacademy.com/marketing scorecard. That's flourishthriveacademy.com/marketing scorecard. You can also download it over at the show notes over at flourishthriveacademy.com/episode 111, lucky number 111. Last week at our live event, we announced something really amazing that we've been working on for months over here. We've decided to retire our mastermind for the time being, and we're not going to be running our mastermind in 2018. Instead, what we've really been seeing is that a lot of our designers in our community and beyond really want one-on-one coaching, and we haven't really had that sort of offer outside of our mastermind for many, many years. But most of the people in the Flourish and Thrive community are trying to really build a business and a brand online. So we announced that we're launching something really amazing. It's the Strategic Online Success Accelerator, the SOS for short accelerator. Basically, this accelerator is really designed to help you build your online presence, have success online, and get more sales on autopilot so that you're waking up every morning, like many of the successful designers in our community, with a heap load of sales in your inbox, inquiries if you're someone like me who's building a custom jewelry business, or if you're selling in a brick and mortar store, more referrals so that you can really build a business and a life that you're excited about, and that you're not pushing so hard for the sales. These days it's completely possible and probable to really build a very, very successful e-commerce business, whatever you want to call it. When I think of e-commerce, I think of, Amazon businesses and stuff like that. But really what we want to do is build our brand, a website, and then maybe add some of those third-party resources in down the road, like Etsy or Amazon, and use that as part of our bigger digital marketing strategy. So if you're interested in applying for this, we have limited space. There's going to be more details over at episode 111. It's going to be, you can apply over there. And also you can go straight to the source. Head on over to flourishthriveacademy.com/SOS. That's flourishthriveacademy.com/SOS. On that page, you're going to have the opportunity to apply for the program. And we're only accepting a limited number of designers this first time out of the gate. We are starting early October. And the reason for this is a couplefold, but primarily is that we know a lot of you are really trying to grow your business for the holidays, and having a little bit of one-on-one support during, October, November, and December is a great opportunity for you to get more sales this holiday season. And so that's why we wanted to launch it in October, because it's a great time to get on top of your holiday sales. So check it out. Head on over to flourishthriveacademy.com/SOS. All the details will be there, but I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what's included in the program. So you get monthly group coaching calls with me, which is awesome. I'll be on there bringing in digital marketing experts, talking through the latest techniques, giving you support, keeping you accountable, keeping you on track. Amazing. Then you get one-on-one calls with our team of success coaches. And these success coaches run the gamut of all different areas of online business success, from copywriting to digital marketing strategy, to graphic design and website development, to user experience and flow, to a cohesive, online marketing strategy with social media, to you name it, we got it, to Facebook ads and ad strategy. We have experts in all walks of life. In fact, I'm even bringing in some SEO experts as well to give you SEO audits. It's going to be really amazing. These laser coaching sessions are going to be insane and super duper valuable. And finally, the thing that I'm most excited about is I host these quarterly implementation workshops for my inner circle peeps. And I'm going to be bringing these workshops to you guys, which is a really awesome opportunity for you to learn more and like basically, workshop in person to get things done like your automated email funnel sequences, to focus on getting Facebook ads set up, to focus on getting revamping and understanding like what's missing in your website. Why is it not converting? We're going to be bringing all these goodies to you. We're going to do one a quarter. You can, join virtually, so it doesn't matter where you live. And we'll probably also have an opportunity for you to join in person if you want to travel to New York or wherever I'll be hosting the workshop. So it's just a really great program, and the price is insanely affordable at the moment. So I'd highly recommend that you head on over to flourishthriveacademy.com/SOS to apply. If you have any other questions at all, feel free to email us over at support@flourishthriveacademy, and our team is on it right now, ready to answer your questions. So stay tuned. We have a really great show plan lined up this week. We're doing this special series, a digital marketing series, and this is just episode 1. So this is our digital marketing momentum series. Episode 2 is tomorrow. It's all about creating an amazing brand online so that you can sell more online. And I'm very excited about it because Melissa Camilleri Anisic is my guest tomorrow. And there are more episodes to come, so stay tuned. We'll be doing an episode a day, Monday through Friday. Stay tuned, guys, and make sure that you stick up with this. It's going to be awesome. All right, until next time, this is Tracy Matthews, signing off.